Chosen one, pause for a moment and hear this with your spirit, not merely your ears. You are not here by coincidence. You did not click this video because of curiosity, chance, or an algorithm. You arrived in this exact moment because heaven has aligned it. This is a divine appointment, your Kairos moment, where the eternal intersects with the ordinary. The Lord has paused the noise of your life to speak directly to you. The stirring in your heart right now, that subtle weight in your chest, is not emotion, it is confirmation, a signal, a spiritual summons. Heaven is announcing that the appointed hour has come. What you have been sensing, shifts in relationships, restlessness in your spirit, unusual tension, is not random, it is positioning. You are standing at the threshold of a supernatural shift, one that could unfold today, tonight, or in the coming hours. As it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, "The vision awaits its appointed time. Though it tarries, it will not lie. It will surely come. Anointed one, listen with reverence." What is being revealed is not to destroy you, but to prepare you, to awaken you, and to call you higher. This moment is holy. Chosen one, lean in for a moment and allow your spirit to feel the weight of this revelation, because what I'm about to share is not speculation or fear, it is discernment. Heaven has been watching movements around you that you could not see, conversations you were not aware of, and intentions hidden under familiar faces. And before you let your mind run ahead, or your heart brace for impact, understand this. You are not being informed to be intimidated. You are being informed to be positioned. There is someone near you, perhaps a friend, a relative, a co-worker, or someone who has shared your table, whose behavior recently hasn't matched their tone. Their eyes shift, their words slow down. Their timing feels off. And while the world chalks that up to stress or distraction, heaven sees something deeper, a planning, a preparation, a quiet coordination. Now, I want you to hear this with clarity, anointed one. Not every hidden action is driven by betrayal. Some are driven by fear, some by misunderstanding, some by pressure. What this person is doing is not random, it is calculated, and yet it is incomplete. They believe they are doing what must be done, and they are convinced there is no other way. Let me be honest with you, not as a preacher, but as someone who has walked through seasons just like this. I remember a time when someone close to me took a private conversation and whispered it elsewhere. I didn't know it at first. I only felt the atmosphere shift, the quietness of their spirit, the subtle guarding of their phone. I didn't want to think badly of them. I convinced myself I was imagining it. But heaven was trying to tell me something, not to fear, but to discern. And that's where you are right now. This person has entered a space where they believe the authorities, the systems, the structures of this world can offer a solution to something they've misunderstood. They think they are protecting someone or exposing something. They see themselves as doing what is right. But heaven sees the unseen motives, the woundedness, the insecurity, the urgency that is less righteous than it is reactive. Chosen one, there is a difference between a divine mission and a desperate move. And here is where this becomes prophetic, not just dramatic. What they have set in motion is going to collide with something bigger than their assumptions. Because God in His sovereignty is not merely exposing their actions, He is orchestrating your advancement. This may look like betrayal, it may feel like tension, but spiritually, it is a catalyst, a push into a breakthrough you would not have entered voluntarily. Many times in my own journey, the greatest acceleration came disguised as discomfort. What I thought was sabotage turned out to be setup. What felt like loss became leverage. Pressure became promotion. And that is the dimension you are entering now. This situation unfolding behind your back has two layers: the human layer fear, assumption, emotional pressure. The divine layer, alignment, positioning, and supernatural transfer. You must not confuse the two, because while someone else may be moving in secrecy, heaven is moving in sovereignty. Chosen one, this person has convinced themselves that what they are doing will protect truth, but they do not see that they are acting from emotion, not revelation. Their steps are coordinated, yes, but not consecrated. And this is where the subtlety lies. Their intention may not be evil. Their heart may not be malicious. But intention without wisdom is still dangerous. I know you've noticed the signs, the late-night calls, the guarded responses, the sudden interest in details they once ignored. When heaven begins to reveal something, it does not scream. It whispers, it stirs, it unsettles. And that unsettling is not paranoia, it is preparation. The Lord is not showing you this to frighten you. He is showing you so you do not walk into a moment blind. But hear me, this isn't merely about exposure, it's about elevation. Because what they don't realize is that their actions will ultimately be used to bring clarity to you and consequence to them, not punishment, but awakening. This is a Kairos moment, not for them, but for you. A moment where the hidden becomes revealed, yes, but also where the humble become promoted. The divine timing of this is not accidental. It is alignment. It is acceleration. And I need you to understand this in your spirit. Sometimes God allows pressure around you to bring purpose out of you. This person's quiet actions are pushing you toward a threshold. One of discernment, yes, but also of destiny. Your steps are being ordered. Your name is being lifted. Your path is being refined. And while someone may believe they've built a narrative that exposes you, heaven has built a future that promotes you. Their plan may be for confrontation, but God's plan is for transfer. Not just financial, though that is part of it. Not just relational, though that will shift too. This is a transfer of authority, a transfer of identity, a transfer of clarity. And in the end, you will not be diminished. You will be distinguished. This moment is not the end. It is the unveiling. Now pause here, because the next part reveals the turning point. Chosen one. Before we move deeper, I need you to understand this. Heaven never reveals without purpose. The insight you're receiving right now is not simply to warn you, it is to ready you. When someone close to you begins operating in secrecy, especially involving systems or authorities, it is easy to let fear speak louder than faith. But fear is a storyteller that exaggerates shadows. Faith, on the other hand, brings light to what the enemy wants hidden. There is a divine reason the Holy Spirit is letting you sense the tension, notice the small shifts, and discern the quiet changes. Because while this person thinks they are controlling the narrative, heaven is using their actions to align your steps, refine your discernment, and prepare your elevation. Anointed one, hear me. Some betrayals are not meant to break you. They are meant to position you. Think about a seed, buried, pressed down, hidden. If you saw it in the soil, you might think it's been discarded. But heaven sees its burial as the beginning of its breaking, and its breaking as the beginning of its blooming. That is where you are right now, not abandoned, not ignored, not blindsided, planted. And planting always feels like burial until breakthrough arrives. You may be wondering, why is this happening? Why would someone I trusted move like this? But instead of just looking at their actions, look at the timing. This is not occurring in a random season of your life. It is happening at a threshold, a crossing, a moment where heaven is preparing to shift you from one level of purpose into another. I've lived this. I remember moments when promotions, breakthroughs, or divine opportunities were on the horizon, yet right before they manifested, someone's hidden motives surfaced. At the time, it felt like attack. But looking back, I realized it was acceleration, because God was removing the illusion of loyalty before I reached the next level, not after. You see, chosen one, not everyone can go with you into your next dimension, and sometimes heaven allows tension so truth can surface. This person is acting not out of demonic hatred, but out of human frailty, out of fear, out of pressure, out of a desire to control what feels uncertain. But you are learning to trust what you cannot see. And this situation, this hidden collaboration, this carefully rehearsed plan, it is revealing something in you: maturity, restraint, discernment, spiritual awareness, the ability to stand still while others shake. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort, it happens in conflict. Growth doesn't happen when everyone praises you. It happens when someone misjudges you, and heaven teaches you to stand in integrity. Chosen one, I want you to hear this with the ears of your spirit. This is not the enemy winning. This is God uncovering. There is a supernatural transfer that often begins with exposure. Not exposure of your flaws, but exposure of false alliances. Because what heaven is about to entrust to you, the blessing, the breakthrough, the influence, the resources, cannot be surrounded by unstable loyalty. Sometimes God does not remove a person. He reveals them so you remove them. Not with bitterness, not with vengeance, but with wisdom. This is the difference between reaction and revelation. Reaction is emotional, revelation is strategic, and heaven is calling you to strategy. Listen, this person believes their actions are justified. They think they are exposing truth. But what they will actually expose is their own fear, their own insecurity, and their own incomplete understanding. And when it happens, when the moment arrives, you must not panic. You must not retaliate. You must not crumble. You must stand, because the plan they believe will shake you will actually solidify you. And here is where this becomes sacred. This whole moment is less about their action and more about your preparation, your readiness, your calling. Heaven is not just protecting you from false accusation. Heaven is preparing you for divine elevation. Because when someone plots in secret and heaven reveals it, it is a sign that you are transitioning from overlooked to seen, from ignored to positioned, from burdened to trusted. And yes, this shift may lead to financial breakthrough, elevation of influence, supernatural favor, restoration of reputation, vindication without violence. But more importantly, it will lead to clarity. Clarity of who is for you, clarity of who can follow you, clarity of who must remain behind. Do not let fear whisper lies. You are not losing ground. You are gaining it. You are not falling apart. You are being lifted up. This situation is not a setback. It is a setup. And the moment when this person makes their move, when their strategy turns visible, will not be the moment you break. It will be the moment you rise. Because the same God who sees in secret also rewards in the open. As written in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1, there is a time for everything, and your time is shifting. You are stepping into a season where what was hidden becomes clear, what was delayed becomes delivered, and what was meant for harm becomes a doorway into destiny. Now pause here, because in the next segment, we will uncover the turning point, the moment where pressure becomes promotion and revelation becomes release. Chosen one, now that you understand this moment is not an attack, but an alignment, we need to go deeper into the point where human intent collides with divine intervention. Because right now, while someone close to you believes they are crafting a strategy in secret, heaven is crafting a counter-strategy, one that does not expose you, but exalts you. This is the part most people miss. Not every hidden enemy is an enemy of destiny. Sometimes they are a catalyst of destiny. Hear me, because this truth took me years to learn. There are people who unintentionally escort you to the next level by trying to work against you. They do the digging, they draw the attention, they stir the conversation. And in doing so, they end up bringing visibility to what has been overlooked in you. This person near you, the one moving quietly, speaking carefully, acting calmly, they are convinced they are exposing something. But heaven is about to use their efforts to reveal you, not ruin you. Understand this. Supernatural elevation rarely looks like celebration at first. Sometimes it looks like confrontation. Sometimes it looks like misunderstanding. Sometimes it looks like pressure. Because pressure does not always crush. Pressure also polishes. Anointed one. The diamonds of destiny are not formed in calm conditions. They are forged in intensity. And you right now are in the refining room of heaven. Someone else thinks they are building a case. God says they are building a platform. Someone else thinks they are directing attention toward your flaws. God says they are directing attention toward your favor. I lived this. There was a season in my life where I faced accusations, quiet whispers, assumptions, misinterpretations. Someone believed they were protecting others. They gathered evidence. They told the wrong people. They involved voices that were never meant to be part of the conversation. And I remember thinking, why now? Why this? It felt unfair. It felt chaotic. It felt like sabotage. But heaven used it, not to embarrass me, but to reveal what I was carrying. Because there are some rooms you will never enter until someone tries to drag your name there. And when they did, instead of destruction, I found destiny. The very people they brought into the picture became witnesses of my integrity, supporters of my calling, and doors that opened for me, not against me. Chosen one, the same pattern is unfolding around you. This person's secret collaboration is about to lead to public clarity. They think they are uncovering. Heaven says they are unveiling. They think they are exposing. Heaven says they are elevating, because the supernatural transfer that is coming to you, spiritually, relationally, even financially, requires a moment like this. A moment where the old connections break off, so the new alliances can break in. This is where timing becomes everything. The Lord has allowed their plan to reach maturity, not so they can prevail, but so the revelation can no longer be denied. The truth that emerges in the coming hours, days, or weeks will not be subtle. It will not be quiet. It will not be vague. It will be unmistakable. A turning point. And not just for them, for you. This discomfort you're feeling, it is contraction. Like birth pains before breakthrough. The secrecy is the shadow before the sunrise. The whisper is the echo before the voice. The unrest is the trembling before the shift. Chosen one, hear this deeply. A divine appointment is approaching you. One that will validate your discernment, expose hidden motives, release supernatural favor, reposition you for greater authority. And when that happens, when the moment breaks open, you will not react with fear. You will respond with wisdom. This is maturity. This is growth. This is calling. Yes, someone is preparing a moment behind your back, but heaven is preparing a future before your eyes. You are not walking into chaos. You are walking into clarity, not into defeat, into discernment, not into the loss of influence, into the expansion of it. There is a divine transfer in motion. And this hidden plan, this illusion of control, this misguided attempt at exposure is the very stage God will use to reveal your favor. Let that settle in your spirit. You are not stepping into downfall. You are stepping into destiny. Chosen one, now we reach the edge of the threshold, where the human plan and the divine plan begin to separate. This is the moment where you must understand the deeper spiritual mechanics behind what is happening. Because while someone close to you thinks they are operating in secrecy, the truth is this: Heaven has been monitoring every step, every whisper, every intention, long before you ever sensed it. What feels hidden to you is not hidden to God. What feels sudden to you is not sudden to heaven. What feels chaotic to you is actually coordinated in the spiritual realm. Anointed one, listen. This moment is not about catching someone in the act. It's about catching you in the shift. Because while they are focused on exposing what they believe about you, heaven is focused on revealing what is in you. This situation may have begun with their fear, their assumptions, their pressure, but it is ending with your awakening, your discernment, your elevation. And here is the part that changes everything. What they believe will bring closure will actually bring clarity. What they expect will weaken you will actually strengthen you. What they think will isolate you will actually elevate you. I need you to see this through spiritual eyes, because this moment is not punishment. It is promotion disguised as pressure. When heaven prepares a chosen one for a new level, it doesn't always look like honor at first. Sometimes it looks like misinterpretation. Sometimes it looks like tension. Sometimes it looks like betrayal. But betrayal is often the bridge between where you were and where you are called to be. Think about Joseph. Think about David. Think about Jesus. Elevation arrives wrapped in complexity. But do not let the complexity confuse you. This moment is a divine setup. The person moving in secrecy believes they are in control, but their actions are actually prophetic triggers, activating the next phase of your calling. And here's what heaven wants you to grasp. Their plan is temporary. Your purpose is eternal. I've lived this exact type of moment. There was a time in my life where someone close, someone I trusted deeply, made a decision behind my back, believing they were protecting the truth. They had convinced themselves their silence was wisdom and their secrecy was justified. But their plan unraveled, not because I exposed them, but because truth has a way of surfacing itself. And what emerged was not humiliation, it was elevation, because the moment they took action in the dark, God took action in the light. Doors I could not open began to open. People I never expected stepped forward in support. And the very accusation someone thought would harm me became the stepping stone heaven used to push me into the next level. Chosen one. That same dynamic is unfolding now. This person's actions are not random. They are timed. Their strategy is not accidental. It is allowed. Not because God wants them to succeed, but because God wants you to see. To see who can walk with you, who cannot, who hears you, who only hears themselves, who discerns spiritually, who reacts emotionally. This moment is not about punishment. It is about preparation. Because what comes next in your life requires clarity, financial clarity, relational clarity, spiritual clarity, emotional clarity, and clarity often arrives through conflict. Not conflict you cause, but conflict heaven permits to reveal hearts. Chosen one. The reason this feels intense is because heaven is aligning timing. A supernatural transfer is near. Not just of wealth, but of influence, wisdom, authority, and positioning. To step into that level, you cannot be surrounded by hidden agendas. So heaven allows the unseen to surface. Not to destroy your circle, but to refine it. Not to break trust, but to reveal truth. Not to expose you, but to expose what is unsafe around you. Because what is coming to you, the blessing, the opportunity, the platform, the influence, cannot be compromised by someone else's confusion. This is a filtering moment, a refining moment, a revealing moment. And yes, it may unfold today, or tonight, or within the coming days, because timing is critical. The vision is approaching its appointed hour. And as it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, though the vision may seem delayed, it will not lie. It will not fail, and it will not be late. What is coming is certain. And this person's hidden actions are merely the last tremors before breakthrough shakes the ground beneath you. So do not panic, do not spiral, do not surrender to fear. This moment is not the threat, it is the threshold, a crossing, a turning, a divine pivot. You are not walking into exposure, you are walking into elevation. Chosen one, now we enter the stretch where heaven begins to flip the script, where what was meant to shake you ends up shaping you, and the secret strategy formed against you becomes the very stage heaven uses to elevate you. Because there is a moment, an exact point in time, where human intent reaches its limit and divine intervention begins. You are approaching that moment now, this person near you, moving quietly, collecting pieces, rehearsing conversations, involving authorities. They believe they are close to a revelation. They believe their plan is airtight. Their emotions have convinced them their perspective is truth, and in that conviction, they are now preparing for a reveal that they think will expose something about you. But what they cannot see is this: their timing is aligning with heaven's timing. Their reveal will not just expose their assumptions, it will expose their motive, it will expose their wounds, it will expose what they feared. And in that exposure, something greater will surface: your integrity. But I need you to hear this with spiritual clarity, not emotional reaction. God is not allowing this to humiliate you. He is allowing it to vindicate you. Vindication does not come before accusation. It comes through it. Promotion does not come before pressure. It comes because of it. Transfer does not come before testing. It comes after you endure it. Chosen one, you are being prepared for a level where resilience is required, where discernment is essential, where clarity is non-negotiable. And this situation, though uncomfortable, is pushing you into that readiness. Let me share something from my own journey. There was a time when I faced a coordinated misunderstanding. Someone believed they had the truth. They gathered screenshots. They collected statements. They wrote long explanations. They assumed motive without ever seeking clarity. And when they finally stepped forward with their big reveal, they expected destruction. But instead, their plan collapsed under the weight of its own assumption. People saw the gaps, they recognized the emotion, they questioned the narrative, and the truth rose, not because I fought, but because I stood. Standing is not weakness. Standing is warfare done with dignity. And the outcome, what was meant to isolate me, introduced me. What was meant to silence me, amplified me. What was meant to diminish me, distinguished me. I did not have to fabricate my innocence. Time testified, truth testified, God testified, chosen one. The same pattern is emerging for you. This person believes the authorities will validate them, but heaven will vindicate you. They think they are bringing proof, but they are bringing perspective, their perspective. A perspective built on fragments, on emotions, on incomplete understanding. And when the reveal happens, the cracks in their narrative will show, not because you exposed them, but because truth exposes itself. This is why heaven says, do not respond in fear, respond in wisdom. If you react, you enter their arena. If you stand, you remain in God's. And here's the turning point. When their reveal happens, people will not only hear what they say, they will discern how they say it. Tone reveals motive. Calm reveals clarity. Panic reveals fear. Anger reveals insecurity. And in that moment, the moment they have rehearsed in secret, their motive will speak louder than their words. You do not need to defend yourself in every room. Heaven will defend you in the right ones. You do not need to panic, because God is already preparing the outcome. What feels like an attack is functioning as a filter. The wrong people will fall away. The right people will step forward. Loyalty will be defined. False alliances will collapse. And you will see clearly who can accompany you into your next season. This is not just about trust, it is about territory. God is expanding your territory, spiritually, financially, relationally. There is a supernatural transfer aligning with this moment. Transfer of credibility, authority, respect, influence, resources. Your name is moving into conversations you have not entered. Your character is being recognized in rooms you have never walked into. Your calling is gaining weight in circles you didn't even know were watching. Why? Because when someone tries to expose you and fails, it becomes undeniable evidence that grace is on your life. This entire hidden plan will serve as prophetic confirmation of your anointing. Chosen one, the tables are turning. Slowly at first, quietly at first, and then suddenly their confidence will begin to tremble. Their narrative will begin to crack. Their certainty will begin to falter, because truth is relentless, light is undeniable, and God is still the God who brings plans formed in darkness into the light, not to shame, but to reveal. And when this reveal happens, it will not break you. It will break the attempt formed against you. Chosen one, you are stepping into a moment where the hidden becomes visible and the visible becomes undeniable. This is not the end of the conflict. This is the beginning of your clarity. Chosen one, now we approach the unraveling, where what has been hidden beneath calm expressions and quiet movements begins to strain under the weight of its own secrecy. This is the moment where heaven does not merely observe, it intervenes. And when heaven intervenes, nothing, no narrative, no alliance, no assumption can remain untouched. You must understand this clearly. God does not expose to embarrass. God exposes to align. And this alignment is already happening. The person who has been planning behind the scenes believes they are nearing the climax of their strategy. Their confidence is rising. Their focus is sharpened. They think they are only moments away from unveiling a truth they've constructed. But here's what they do not know. Their plan was never the only one in motion. Heaven has been crafting a parallel plan, one that uses their assumptions to reveal your integrity and their secrecy to solidify your discernment. Anointed one, this is where human intent meets divine orchestration. Because while they believe their silence has protected them, that same silence has been revealing them. Silence is never empty. Silence is filled with motives, with fears, with wounds, with confusion, and eventually silence breaks. This person has been rehearsing a moment in which they believe their version of events will become undeniable. They are envisioning a confrontation, calm or dramatic, where they expect support, validation, even applause for their courage. But what will actually unfold is something far more profound. Heaven will reveal the missing pieces, the parts they never considered, the context they never learned, the wounds they never acknowledged, the answers they never asked for. You see, when someone builds a conclusion without consultation, when they form a narrative without communication, they create an illusion, not a revelation. And illusions do not survive the light. Chosen one, the light is coming, not slowly, not softly, but decisively. Because the moment this person reveals their plan, the moment they step forward with what they believe is definitive, the moment they involve others, the weight of truth will begin to tilt the entire situation. That tilt may not be violent, it may not be dramatic, but it will be undeniable, because heaven has a way of bringing clarity to chaos through timing, not force. Let me make this practical. In my own life, there was a moment where someone close to me acted on assumptions. They consulted outsiders. They believed they were protecting others. They created a scenario where they thought they were the hero. But when their moment came, when they stood in the spotlight of their own confidence, truth did not validate them, it humbled them. Not because I fought, but because I stood. I remained calm. I remained consistent. I remained anchored, and their certainty began to shake. People they expected would support them began to question them, not publicly, not aggressively, but quietly, internally, because their narrative wasn't complete. It lacked clarity, it lacked context, it lacked truth. And in that space, heaven spoke, not with thunder, not with spectacle, but with conviction. This person realized, slowly, painfully, that what they built was not revelation, it was reaction. And reaction cannot stand against revelation. Chosen one, the same unraveling is near. This person is approaching the moment where their plan transitions from private to public. And when that shift happens, heaven will not humiliate them. Heaven will halt them, not with cruelty, but with clarity, not with shame, but with truth. This is where divine timing becomes undeniable. What they intended to expose in you will instead expose what is unresolved in them, their fear, their assumptions, their pressure, their misunderstanding. And as those things surface, your peace will stand in contrast. Your integrity will speak louder than defense. Your silence will carry more authority than argument. Because vindication is not loud, vindication is clear, and that clarity will shift the atmosphere. The people witnessing the moment, the ones they believed would align with them, will begin to discern the cracks, the emotion, the imbalance, the missing truth. And in that discernment, the power of their narrative will weaken. This is not the moment where you lose credibility. It is the moment where you gain it, not loudly, but undeniably. And as the unraveling unfolds, a supernatural transfer begins. Transfer of trust, transfer of influence, transfer of favor. The respect they hope to gain will be redirected toward you. The attention they attempted to draw will highlight your conduct. The narrative they tried to shape will showcase your character. Because heaven is not merely protecting you from dishonor, heaven is preparing you for promotion. Chosen one. This is the divine reversal. The very act meant to unsettle you will anchor you. The very plan meant to expose you will validate you. The very moment meant to weaken you will elevate you. And the person behind it will come face to face with the reality they never considered. Their plan is incomplete because God was never consulted. This is the unraveling, the shift, the turning of the tide. Chosen one, now we enter the collision point, the moment where everything that has been rehearsed in silence is thrust toward the light, where assumptions collide with truth, and where human plans meet divine intervention. This is the moment that has been building beneath the surface, in glances, whispers, withheld questions, and late-night conversations. The person who believes they have uncovered a hidden truth is stepping forward now, with confidence, with adrenaline, with a conviction that feels righteous to them. They are convinced that this is justice. They believe this unveiling will vindicate them, validate them, redefine the narrative, and finally bring resolution. But they are walking into something they did not anticipate. Because this moment is not merely a confrontation, it is a divine classroom, not for you, but for them. You, chosen one, have already been in your classroom. You have been learning discernment, patience, restraint, and wisdom. Heaven has been shaping you in silence, teaching you self-control when you wanted to react, clarity when you felt confusion, and strength when you felt alone. Your preparation has been internal, quiet, sacred. Theirs has been external, reactive, emotional. So when these two preparations collide, they do not produce victory for them, they produce revelation for all. Let me make this clear. Heaven is not merely protecting you, heaven is positioning you. Because the moment they speak, the moment they unveil their assumptions, the moment their plan becomes visible, three things will happen. First, people will start to see the cracks, not in you, in the narrative. Second, Their certainty will begin to tremble because emotion cannot sustain itself under truth. And third, the atmosphere will shift, subtly, quietly, but unmistakably, because truth has weight. And when truth enters a room, everything pretended becomes heavy. Chosen one. I have witnessed this shift with my own eyes. I have stood in rooms where false narratives were presented confidently, with passion, detail, and conviction. And I've watched how, the moment truth entered, not in anger, not in attack, but in the form of calm clarity, those narratives began to crumble. People who were convinced 1 second began to hesitate the next, not because they were manipulated, but because truth has a tone, a posture, a presence. Truth does not panic, truth does not shout, truth does not defend, truth stands. And that standing, quiet and unshaken, is exactly what heaven has been preparing you for. The person creating this plan expects a reaction. They expect fear. They expect defensiveness. They expect collapse. But what they encounter instead will disarm them. Your peace, not passivity, not avoidance. Peace. A peace that comes from knowing that what touches you must pass through God first. A peace that comes from knowing that revelation, not accusation, determines the outcome. A peace that whispers, I don't need to fight this. God already has. And when that peace enters the moment, the power dynamic shifts. Now let's talk about the supernatural element, because this is where the divine transfer begins. Up until this moment, trust has been quietly drifting toward them. Influence has seemed to gather around them. Sympathy, curiosity, attention, it all appeared to favor them. But when truth begins to surface, those things will shift. Trust will return to you. Favor will return to you. Credibility will return to you. Voice will return to you. Not loudly, not dramatically, but unmistakably, because integrity is magnetic, and heaven honors it. And while this person believes their moment will elevate them, it will instead expose them. Expose. Where they reacted instead of prayed, where they assumed instead of asked, where they feared instead of trusted. And that exposure will not destroy them, but it will humble them. Because humility is the doorway to healing, and healing is what this moment is truly about. Not punishment, not revenge. Healing for them and for you. Because heaven uses even misguided actions to resurrect relationships, realign motives, and reveal truth. Chosen one, listen to me. This moment is not the climax of betrayal. This is the beginning of breakthrough. The kind of breakthrough that shifts the spiritual landscape. The kind of breakthrough that reveals what has been unseen. The kind of breakthrough that opens doors that were once closed, doors of clarity, communication, reconciliation, and yes, even restoration. But beyond restoration, this moment is about promotion. Because after the reveal, after the unraveling, after the collision, a supernatural transfer begins. The favor they attempted to secure will land on you. The influence they tried to harness will favor you. The attention they sought will highlight you. This is the divine reversal. What was designed to expose you will elevate you. Chosen one. This moment is not your loss. It is your launching. Chosen one. Now we enter the aftermath, not the ashes of defeat, but the embers of divine rebuilding. The moment has unfolded, the reveal has happened, the silence has broken. And the room, the atmosphere, the relationships, they are no longer what they were. Something has shifted. And here is the greatest twist. The shift is not against you, it is for you. What was meant to corner you has instead carved out space for you. What was meant to diminish you has instead distinguished you. What was meant to expose you has instead exalted you. Because heaven specializes in reversals, and divine reversals rarely make sense until the dust settles. In this moment right here, favor begins its transfer, influence begins its transfer, Authority begins its transfer, and not through human persuasion, through revelation. People begin to see what they couldn't see before. Eyes open, motives surface, truth gains clarity, and suddenly the narrative that once leaned away from you begins to tilt, subtly but powerfully, toward you. Why? Because when the heart is purified, discernment is sharpened, and even those who doubted you, watched you, or misjudged you begin to feel a shift in their spirit. They won't be able to explain it at first, but they will recognize something. You were never the threat. You were the assignment. You were never the danger. You were the destiny. You were never the problem. You were the preparation. Chosen one, understand this. The moment of exposure was not your downfall. It was the unveiling of your purpose. And now heaven moves, quietly, deliberately, supernaturally. You step into a season where doors open effortlessly. People who once resisted you begin to request you. Conversations that were once tense become opportunities. Relationships once strained become redefined. Influence, once withheld, begins to flow. This is what is known as divine transfer, where what was misplaced, misaligned, or misjudged is returned and restored to the rightful steward, not by force, not by manipulation, not by proof or argument, but by God. And in that restoration, a deeper transformation takes root, because breakthrough is not merely external, it is internal. You begin to realize something profound. Everything that threatened you actually trained you. The secrecy sharpened your discernment. The silence deepened your faith. The tension built your resilience. The misunderstanding forged your humility. You are no longer who you were before this storm began. You are steadier, sharper, more surrendered, more aligned. And that alignment is the doorway to your next season, a season marked by clarity, expansion, and supernatural favor. You are stepping into a Kairos moment in your life, a moment when divine timing converges with human obedience and supernatural opportunity. It is the moment described in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 22. In its proper time, I will hasten it. That hastening is upon you. Acceleration, favor, breakthrough, transfer. This is where the story turns entirely, and not subtly, but undeniably. The person who acted from assumption will experience humility, not humiliation, humility. They will see where emotion eclipsed truth, where fear distorted perception, where silence replaced conversation. And that humility becomes healing, because divine revelation doesn't just correct, it redeems. And while you rise, they are invited to grow. This is not a victory that crushes others. It is a victory that restores order. Heaven does not elevate you to shame them. Heaven elevates you to reveal truth, and through truth, to release healing. In this moment, you are no longer reacting. You are leading, not from ego, from alignment, not from pride, from purpose. And as you step into that posture, you begin to notice something breathtaking. Doors you did not knock on begin to open. Resources you did not chase begin to appear. Opportunities you did not expect begin to unfold. This is the supernatural transfer. The hidden becomes visible. The unseen becomes undeniable. The delayed becomes accelerated. And what you thought was meant to break you was actually designed to build you for this very moment. Chosen one, hear me. Your story is not ending in accusation. Your story is emerging in authority. Not the authority of arrogance, the authority of alignment. Because you endured the classroom, you are being entrusted with the platform. You endured the silence, so now you inherit the voice. You endured the misunderstanding, so now you inherit the influence. This is not the end of the matter. This is the beginning of manifestation. And where you stand now is holy ground. A moment ordained, appointed, and accelerated by the author himself. So take a breath, stand tall, lift your head, because heaven has not merely defended you, Heaven has distinguished you. And now, as the storm clears, you will see what was hidden all along. God was not just protecting your story, He was preparing your stage. The transfer has begun. Walk forward, chosen one. In peace, in clarity, in authority, in favor, because the battle is over, and the revelation has birthed your rise. Chosen one. As we bring this message to a close, let your heart remain still before the one who sees all things. You have not journeyed through this revelation in vain. You have walked through mystery into clarity, through tension into discernment, and now you stand in the threshold of a divine transfer already unfolding in your favor. Hear this with reverence. What was hidden has been revealed, what was meant for harm has been intercepted, and what was delayed is now being accelerated in your Kairos moment. You are not stepping out of this video the same way you entered. Heaven has realigned you, purpose has found you, and the anointing that rests upon your life is not lifting, it is increasing. Anointed one, as you move forward, walk in wisdom, respond in peace, and remain rooted in truth. The storm was not permitted to weaken you, but to prepare you. And now the supernatural shift has begun. May clarity crown your thoughts, may discernment steady your steps, may grace go before you, and may divine justice, divine protection, and divine favor surround you on every side. If this word has confirmed something in your spirit, let your comment be a declaration, not an obligation. And if you feel led, subscribe so you do not miss what heaven is about to speak next. Chosen one, remain expectant, remain aligned, remain anchored. Your breakthrough is not coming, it has begun. Grace, peace, and supernatural favor be upon you. Until the next revelation,